Hello, Windrake tubers, and welcome back to Let's Play some more Final Fantasy V Pixel Remaster Edition with me, BlueAnkylo. We're leaving the Water Town and heading to the Fire Town. There's really not anywhere else you can go if you look at the map. The dragon cannot fly over mountains, so unfortunately, there's, we're stuck inside of a mountain ring, and therefore heading back this direction is the only thing we can do. Right? Or am I blind? No, I'm doing this wrong. Wait. Right, it's a secret. I forgot. The king said something. There was someone in the castle. I didn't do enough talking last episode. We're supposed to go to the fire town, which is to the west. But we need to investigate this meteor, which now has a weird door in it. That's weird. I forgot about this mechanic, because this mechanic doesn't make a lot of sense, I gotta say. We're inside a meteor, and it has a teleporter. A warp-porter. We won't know until we try. What if you got warped into space and died? Or warped into a volcano and died? Or warped into the Seven Hells and were poked and burned? Like, how do you know where you're warping to? Let's just jump in and see what happens. This is the... If Butts jumped off a bridge, would you? And then everyone jumps off the bridge. Who am I? Some old man. Probably a boomer. Probably inherited all of the wealth of a kingdom, has an easy life this whole time, and is mad at the next generation for not living up to the standards that he made for them. Also, there's not as many towers in that little secluded forest zone as there used to be. Kind of peculiar. Can't get in there either, unless you could fly over a mountain. So yeah, I don't think the game ever really describes why the meteors have teleporters in them to other meteors. But hey, meteor number 3, and we just teleported here. Yes, I have seen the horror movie The Fly. It's pretty terrible. I mean, not terrible. That's the wrong word. What am I looking for? Scary. Creepy. Body horror. Yeah, that's an old one for sure. Okay, so punching. I'm not loving the berserkers right now, guys. Like, now, someone might have been inflicted with the old status, which would reduce our stats. We need a non-debuffed battle to really get a good feeling. These guys can teach us some more, yeah, that's a blue magic spell there. The best blue magic spell. 270, 180, 320 maybe. I'm just trying to get a feel for, like, if I like berserkers. I think they were better in FF5 when there was no auto battle system. And it might have been like a quirk of the ATB, having the computer input commands faster than you can input them as a human. But like, just keep an eye on the numbers, right? The amount of damage that Butts and Galuf can do right now. Galuf is punching for 2 hits around 90, sometimes a crit. That was a crit, I think. Maybe it's the problem is they're hitting in the back row. But you see, that's a downside of the Berserker as well. If you were on auto battle or manual targeting, your Berserkers would always target enemies in the front row first, so you would not be doing half damage. Whereas Berserker, they target randomly. And then miss with axes. So I think you have to assume they're going to do worse damage sometimes because of bad targeting. But optimally, the monk is doing 180 times 2, and the berserker and the axe is doing 280. So 360 for punching, and about 300 for two-handed weapon. Just as a comparison. So we're gonna swap them out back to their normal classes. Now, it does depend a little bit on what weapons you have available. It's possible you could have a better axe or a better sword currently available, and then if you've got a really good axe, the Berserker might be better, or if a really good sword, the Knight might be better. But I think they're pretty equivalent right now in terms of tiers of weapons. And this does free up another ability slot, which is kind of nice as well. 2 ability slots, actually. No, just 1 ability slot. I need to get that, we need to learn that blue magic spell, though, while we're messing around here. Okay, so now we'll try out... Okay, and you say good HP. The Monk has the same HP as a Berserker, and the Knight has almost the same. So, compared to other frontline jobs, it's not much of an advantage there. Durability-wise, I would give it to the characters that can, you know, use potions and stuff. So, let me see. The Monk is doing less damage, like 50% less, approximately. And then crits are still double. So 50% less damage, but always max because you're targeting the front row rather than the back row. Means it's fairly close. Like, against a boss, it wouldn't really matter. But against a boss, you want to, like, focus things. Like, you want, if there's 4 enemies, you want to focus fire 1 down first. The Berserker won't let you do that. So, like, the damage up is still conditional on, like, only fighting 1 enemy. What else is there to say? The Knight is actually doing, like, more damage or similar, right? Like, what was the axe doing, did I say? Like, sure, a crit was 500, but I'm pretty sure a normal attack from the axe was, like, 300 and something. So, like, the longsword had... Honestly, it's probably better than the axe. Because we're not missing... And we're almost doing the same amount of damage. Like, at least the Monk, there was, like, a 50% difference, but... Well, not 50% less, but, you know. 120 to 180 is a bit of a jump up. I'll just do one more fight here, but... Yeah, but the 500 was definitely when crits, right? If the longsword crits, it will do something like that, too. I expect the axe has a higher critical hit rate. In fact, I'm pretty sure. So you get more misses and more crits, whereas the longsword just generally hits things and rarely crits. I don't really think it's much of a competition, though. Honestly, I think it's pretty much, like, almost 100% that the Berserker is a downgrade at this phase, right? It might not be a downgrade forever, but at the moment, I'm pretty sure it's worse. Did we get the question mark ability yet? It needs to... They need to target Ferris with the QQQ. There. That's for sure the one we needed. Also, the Monk gets some bonus counterattacks, and the Knight can cover allies. So, like, there's the learned question mark. The extra effects, Knight having cover, Monk having counter, also kind of... the Berserker really doesn't have much going for it, you know? Like, at least not right now. Like, you know, this is still early. Like, you know, there's lots of other abilities and combos to add into the mix later. But for now, I would say it's on the low end. Anyway, okay. Testing done. Okay. So the whole idea was finding a different job besides boring old Knight and Monk. I think once Butts hits level 4 Knight, maybe I'll try some Mystic Knight to let him do some sword magic, maybe. Focusing on front row kind of stuff. And then Galoof is already level 4, or job 4. I mean, we could let him get some ranks in Thief. I was giving him red mage, but I don't know. Did not seem very good. Barehanded summoner, yeah. What would be a good second punch? Is it punch? Getting someone with levels in Thief wouldn't be a bad idea either. If there is an auto-run ability, like some kind of escape, that wouldn't be bad to pick up. Also, you know, stealing. We haven't really even talked about stealing. And at least we'll have a Thief that does pretty good damage. Yeah, actually, the Thief needs the mantle more than anybody, probably. Well, it gives you magic, so it's good for your mages a little, but a front row character with low defense is a really good target for that, too. Alright. I know the turtle shells, there's some stuff you want to, if you can, you should steal some for alchemy. The turtles have stuff that you should steal, if I remember correctly. Can't steal. I forget how the stealing chance works. Also, I want to show at least one Shiva off. Probably our most powerful area of effect right now. That's very pretty. Yeah, by a fairly long shot. I would rather have Shiva before we go to the next dungeon than wait and pick it up later. Because it's pretty dang good. Yeah, our stealing... not impressing me yet. Also, unlike Final Fantasy IV where you charge up your spells, I'm pretty sure the active time system in 5, you just cast instantly. So it's not like Bahamut or Meteor where you're charging for 2 or 3 rounds of combat. You pick a summon and then bam, it goes. So it's definitely a buff for summoners, I would say. Especially if you can take advantage of elemental weaknesses. There's something interesting. I wonder if it's weak to, like, wind elemental. It doesn't really look like it. We don't have any Deathbringers to slice it in half. Okay, let's go into the town. Let's just get some progress here. Enough messing around, doing a bit of grinding, but, you know, I like the testing, right? So we've come to the town of lava. Everything's on fire, and everything is hot. Those crackpots from the library said we should stop using the crystal. Ha ha ha, as if. We'll just burn them down. I mean, yeah, whatever. No magic allowed. Professor Sid made the blah 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 blah. He's amazing. Definitely a genius. There's a monster in the meteor. There's a library. That's where Sid is. You ever heard of a crew dust? Watch out, once it's the last one alive, it'll flash you. That's actually good information. The fact that, I would say it's not automatically intuitive that enemies get different scripts, different abilities when they're the last remaining. And I think this was the first game that did it. FF6 did it as well as, quite regularly as well. But I think this was the first one that, that really implemented that mechanic. And it happens way more often than you probably expect, but, kind of neat. I'm an adventurer, but I'm stuck. There's a werewolf. Sid's locked up in the dungeon. What? These old bones sure do love a fire. Alright, let's play the piano. Add some jazz to this. Nope. Nope. Still can't do it. We suck. I mean, pump those arms. You're getting better. Practice makes perfect. Don't worry about it. One day you'll be a master pianist. Alright. It's important we remember all those pianos. Thanks to the crystal, making weapons is a cinch. We've got the best prices in town. I mean, the best prices in the world, probably. Best prices in town. There's one shop, and it's got the best prices in town. Good job, Blue. I've got 11,000 bucks. We're doing pretty good. And these are just like cutscene rooms. Nothing to steal. Might as well heal up for some reason. Actually, it probably doesn't really matter. There are some enemies, like super bosses, where certain Mystic Knight combos are practically mandatory. Mystic Knight is definitely one of the strongest boss killers, for sure. It depends on the battle, but strong enemies, you know. Oh, that's a good deal. Ooh, elemental rods. I'll take a mithril sword. You there! Don't move! You're under arrest for buying mithril swords. You're in league with the monsters. We saw you climb out of the meteor. Don't deny it. Oh, we might look like a monster, but that's mostly just Galoof. Well, we got arrested for shopping. Alright, well, just jail, no big deal. Let me out, let me out! Whoa, dude, did you just blow up the prison? Oh, horse feathers! Yep. Oh, my great escape, another cell! That was the last of my explosive, nuts! You must be Sid. Just exploding random walls, but doesn't actually know the layout of the dungeon. Ah, you kids think that's funny, do ya? Turns out I got another explosive with your name on it. Made the terrible machines that increased the quality of life. It ushered in a new era of technology and progress. Cured money diseases. Is making a flying ship and a steamship and an underwater ship. That man, are you calling a terrible mechanist? Mechanist, whatever? You don't have to apologize. Actually, I am to blame for everything. I harnessed the power of fire. And now I know that if we use the power of crystals to make cool stuff, they'll die. So he built all the machines that made more magic for the local citizens. But it turns out that it makes the crystals shatter. Oh no! But really, this just means like whoever built the crystals in the first place, it's their design flaw. They should have designed them around people using their powers, right? Yeah, he could literally look outside the bars at the south end. He blows up a random wall that could lead to mountain, just dirt. But instead, you know, instead of like just, oh, I can see the outside right there. No, let's just blow up a wall. It's too late to save the crystals in Tycoon and Waltz. Figured I could save Sid, Karnak. But when I tried to turn off the machine, they locked me up. Alright, well, let's join up. You're here to save the crystal? Yeah. Totally. Also, the crystals talk to us. And now he understands why we were locked up. Wait, you say the crystals talk to you? Whoa, you guys really are crazy. Uh-oh, Chancellor. Never trust a Chancellor. Oh, he just opened the door. Never mind. He's a cool guy. What's going on? Oh, the crystal's just exploding. What? I turned it off, but it's not working. The fire-powered ship. Yes, what about the fire-powered ship? Is it powered by fire from the crystal? Well, most likely the fire-powered ship is leeching the crystal. You gotta help us. The fire-powered ship is powered by fire from the fire crystal. Alright, we'll need these people. They're in cahoots with that werewolf. Maybe we are. Well, Sid, this is sulky old man. Well, if they can't help, then I guess I can't either. You'll have to pardon everyone. Alright, thanks, Sid. I'll be waiting. Alright. Good time. Now we can just explore. Except everything, and I mean everything, is somehow guarded by fire. Literally everything in the castle blocked by fire. It's a very peculiar castle. You'd think people would be injured and taking, like, burn damage way more frequently. How is the library still here when it's on fire? You guys have a problem. Someone really needs to do something about all these fires. Flames keep shooting out. Yeah. Like, how are the books not immediately, like, what are you guys doing? Shouldn't you be putting out the fire? Is this not a panic? Your castle is literally on fire. It's fine. This is fine. This is normal. Just walking past fire. You know, there's smoke, ashes, soot. Your eyes sting. It's just normal. Regular day in Karnak Castle. Rumor has it that blah blah. Look, there's a fire right here. You could be putting it out. No? Okay. Never mind. It's fine. Hang in there, Captain. Shadow. But not that shadow. Would you like to see what's behind that door? Too bad, there's a fire. How about this door? Haha, 2 fires. At least this guy's panicking, I like that. Now, he's panicking about the wrong thing. He's like, a werewolf, but, like, really, the castle's on fire. Karnak prospered, except for all the fire. I feel like this is just not sustainable. Where could the queen have gone? Oh, she's probably helping. Maybe the Chancellor's a good guy after all, and it's the Queen that's gone rotten? Nah, I wouldn't believe it. The Queen has been kidnapped by the Chancellor, probably, and he's trying to kill us. Hey, a werewolf. Wow. What a rude greeting. They just punched him. Actually, we just threw fireworks on him. Alright, well, good job, guards. Keep it up. I guess I could better go buy some discount mithril swords. Yeah, I mean, this town's not doing much better than the castle, given it has a moat of lava, and then the town's on fire. I mean, this is really getting out of control. They need to install, like, a sprinkler system. Why didn't Sid invent sprinklers, right? We really want to have that spell. But I'll take everything. And, oh yeah, that's good. That's good. Okay, level 3 magic. We're rocking it. Alright, yeah. We got some good magic in here. I like it. Spend half my gold. Yeah, I'm gonna have all the money for weapons that I want, but we'll see. So sadly, all the weapons are more expensive, but so I always mess this up, but technically you can buy one thing from the shop at discount. We did keep the one mithril sword we bought. So really you should buy the most expensive thing and just get the one of it. I guess you could go with a hammer if you want to use that instead of an axe. I don't know. Are they more accurate than axes? At this point, I don't know if I even want to find out. We do want... I've got 2 frost rods. I can buy alternate elemental rods later, but it is nice to have them for boosting. I don't think it makes a big difference, but... yeah. Juicy. So that's going to be way better than the Berserker. Like, 31 damage, it's already more damage than the hammer, plus it's not going to miss. Like, whew. There's no way the Berserker can keep up with a 2-handed mithril sword. I don't believe it. I don't think the silver plate is worth it, though. Well... I'll buy one, but it's probably garbage, honestly. Alright, so. Mithril armor, good stuff. Mithril gloves, not good for magic defense, but that's not what knights are up to. And if you wanted to, you could go with the shield. The shields are getting better, you know, mithril shields up to 25% evasion. We're getting there. Still no elven mantle. Now, we could have got a mithril knife, but I think punching will be better. Oh, I guess, I'll say that's a little bit better. Get some plumed hats. I guess we're not going to be wearing silver specs. No, they just don't have enough flat stats. Darkness is... There are some enemies that can blind you in the next dungeon. Okay, so we've got some good stuff. Eye magic, ace, of course. Stop could be useful, and then we've got all the way up to Blizzra, Fira. It could be time to start talking Mystic Knight, because you can get ice. I do know there's a boss coming up where Blizzra Sword will get the job done pretty much in one shot. So maybe once our knight hits level 4, we'll switch out to Mystic, because it should be good. And you can two-hand with Mystic Knights, if you wanna. Okay, that's everything for the town. Let's just move along then. Move along, little doggy. That was a bit of a slow start to the episode. 27 minutes in before we actually get to the fire dungeon. I mean, the fire ship. This is a much larger ship than you'd think, though. Took you long enough, kids. Alright, the ship's engines, blah, blah, blah. Yeah. Turn it off. Well, I would. But there's monsters in the way. It'll be tough going. Where did all the monsters come from? I don't know. We just built them into the ship. It's like the old man with their goblins in a box. We just built a ship full of monsters. Why not? You know, someone's got to clean the deck, swab the deck, hoist the mainsail. You know, pirate stuff. Alright, so yes, this is a surprisingly large, a much larger area than you'd expect. Ooh, two-handed mithril sword, hey? Nah, you should use the hammer. The mithril hammer instead. Good thing I bought those gloves. Okay, there's a ton of treasure here. It's good. It's a good dungeon. Oh, that's not what I wanted. There is some blue magic to learn in here, I think, actually. Let me double check here. Oh, Flash. We can learn the Flash. We'll become the fastest man in the... What is it? I am the fastest man on the world. Except for every episode we meet someone faster than us. That's what's gonna happen. Okay, let's get the Flash thing out of the way right now if we can. So what we need is a, the crew dust again. And then there's another blue magic spell we can learn while we're in here. Oh, those guys. Dang, everything here can teach us magic. Okay. So this one actually is kind of difficult. I'll show you guys. I'm actually reading on the side right now what we got to do. We actually have to. We can't. It's a counterattack that we needed to do. All right, this is something you probably would never figure out first time playing. Okay, hold on. We have to do a slight change in our build here. There's really only one way to get this next blue magic. I almost feel bad for following a guide, but on the other hand, I would never be able to do this normally. So we need to actually be a black mage with learn. Or alternatively, a blue mage with black magic. This is the only way. Okay, now these guys have the other one, the flash. We just need one, and that should be easy enough. Now, I don't actually know if missing counts. Paris might need to be affected. Nope, never mind, we're good. Alright, that's one down. So that's the easy one, really. Everyone gets flash, no biggie. Stole a potion. I wonder if these guys are weak to anything, like... What's around? Also, you get to see some new spells we haven't cast yet. Might as well use them. And we're getting 2 job points per battle now, which is nice. If you're trying to grind. Oops. So the biggest problem with my current sort of build, I would say, is that Lena doesn't really have anything to do other than, like, boss fights. Time magic tends to be buffing, at least early game, and white magic is buffing and healing, for the most part. So it would probably be better to give time magic to, like, a black mage, and summoning to a white mage, or sort of some combo like that, basically. Just so that you, so you have an offensive option and a defensive option, rather than double stacking. Because you can either summon, like, Shiva is good, Blizzra is good, but you can't do them both at the same time. So. Also, these enemies are not showing up. Come on, I want to go back to my my normal build here. What is going on? Remember when I was trying to fight Crudus, and then I fought the defeaters like 4 times in a row? Now I want to fight the other one. This is a pretty good job point grind, though, if that's what you want to do. Alright, here we go. I think we could cast Libra on them. I think they're weak to ice. Everything's weak to ice in here, right? Level 17, vulnerable to ice, vulnerable to water, vulnerable to wind, floating. I don't cast Libra as often as I probably should. It's nice to know, right? Vulnerable to ice. Floating. So, dual ice rods would work pretty well. Just elemental damage. So now, is this guy gonna summon... I kind of think the... Okay, it's when he's the last one he summons that. Okay. So this is the tricky one to get. You have to attack these guys with lightning magic with someone who can learn blue magic. And it has to target the guy that... I thought they would target the one who cast it. That's terrible. This is not a blue spell we're ever going to use, but... Dang game. Alright, well, we haven't got it yet. So I guess it turns out you don't need your blue mage to have learning, or your black mage to have learning, or your blue mage to have black. You just need someone that's got learning and someone that's got lightning. So we could give everybody learning, I guess. Why? How did we kill him that time? An Exploder is such a bad ability. I'm not even excited to get it. It's just, I don't want to miss it, you know. Now, we're getting 2 chances every fight right now, but... Great. Zero for 4. Hey, Scram, I think that's the, Remember I was talking about, like, thieves get a way to run from battle? So if you're trying to fight the Jabberwocky, have 4 thieves with Scram, and it should be much easier. Final Fantasy V randomizer? I don't know. I don't know what they would randomize. I don't think I've seen one. Spellblade. So he's going to be almost exactly as powerful. No auto cover, slightly lower stats and HP, but barely different. But now he can use Spellblade as well. Honestly, Mystic Knight is probably an upgrade to the Knight most of the time. Like, yeah, he's doing a little bit less damage unless we use Spellblade. Like, if you put Thundera Spellblade, he would just crush these guys. Which I think I want to do. Oh, we even got the right self-destruct. Nice. Okay, this is totally overkill. I just want to show off why I... If you haven't seen before, Spellblades are real good. Yeah. 1100 damage. Just a little bit. Alright, that was worth it. Maybe that was worth it more than learning self-destruct. I'm trying to get summoning levels. Again, summoning and black at the same time is kind of dumb, but... Actually, that'll make her physical attack not bad. Alright, okay, so... this has all gone a little bit sideways here. We just spent 10 minutes trying to learn a couple blue magic spells that I may never use. Flash is not great, and self-destruct is worse. But we have them. As if I ever tried to use a blue mage, now I've got more spells in the list to cycle through. But I want to get them so that I've got them now. Because like that fire ship might not be around forever. I don't know. Is the inn? No, the inn's on the right side of town. Dang. Now, according to my guide, there is one more blue magic spell we can learn in that dungeon, but we probably won't learn it. I'm just gonna read it on the side while we're doing all this stuff here. While we're having a little nap. So it's Arrow 2. Oh, it's not yet. Not in the ship. If we miss it, we can get it pretty soon in the library. It's interesting how many, like, air elemental spells the blue mages get. Blue mages in this game definitely get all of the alternate elements, water and air, and... Do they get any earth attacks? Definitely water and air, anyway. Because they got Aqua Breath, all the arrows. Okay, now for real, let's get to work on this dungeon. Big old dungeon. So Shiva costs the same amount as Blizzara, but I think she does higher spell power to a group. Like, that's more damage than Blizzara. Blizzara might be better single target, maybe, but I'm not even 100% sure on that. I think there's a good chance that Shiva just straight up has a higher like magic power than the Eras. Like, I think it's close. I don't want to use the elevator yet. I'll save that for last. I feel like, you know, if you're comparing spell powers, like the level 1 powers might be like 20 or something, and then the level 2 elementals are going to be like, you know, 80 or something like that, like considerably stronger. And then if the era tier spells are 80, the main Shiva, Ifrit, Ramu are like 100. You know, they're a little bit stronger, but not as big of a jump. And then the Aga spells generally beat out the base elementals, I think. But they come pretty late. And the fact that you can just use Shiva to wipe every single battle in this dungeon is pretty good. You could definitely do this dungeon with 4 summoners and just laugh. Just auto-battle Shiva all the way through. Alright, I didn't miss anything there. Good. Now we take the elevator. I mean, this is a complete waste. This is the problem with auto-battle. Maybe we should just assume that we're strong enough that we don't need to use summons here. I don't feel like we really over-grinded or anything, but I think we are, with ice rods equipped and just generally pretty powerful pretty powerful job combos right now. You know, barehanded punch damage is always good, and that two-handed mithril sword is just incredibly dangerous. Yeah, we can probably just save our MP, you know. Once again, I just want to remind you that this is all inside of a tiny little boat. Elevators. How does the boat stay afloat with all this stuff in there? Now, the poltergeist had some kind of trick. Yeah, they are the ones that are the opposite enemies. Healed by ice, unlike everything else that's weak to ice. There is another sort of, I would say, advantage to using the Mystic Knight that I just thought of as I saw the job level. Although the normal Knight can cover allies, which is occasionally very helpful. If you're concerned about keeping, you know, the Knight alive, auto magic shell, like auto shell at low HP, is probably better, because magic damage tends to be the bigger, you know, the bigger killer. But you know, the Knight cover ability is pretty good too. So, all right, lots of stuff to do here. I forget the best order, the best operations, like. I always end up doing this room kind of backwards, you know, like, we'll have to cycle through this central room like 5 times, because I'll just mess it up. I don't even know. We started in the top left, we'll go to the right, middle, and then we'll go to the right. And then we'll take all of the tunnel things that spit you out on conveyor belts. See, you know, you could have got that. Well, I did buy a few eye drops. I should have maybe brought a few more, but it should be okay. Hey, look! The green beret. So that's a good one, right? A little bit of agility, a little bit of strength. Pretty much built for Thief. Also, that +1 strength or agility, it seems to have actually given Galoof a fairly significant damage increase, probably a multiplier of some sort. So the green beret seems to be a real good fit right now. Alright, middle door was actually the right door. But what is the right door? It's actually the wrong door? I'm sorry. Anyone just half paying attention. That is the way forward, but we have to come from the other side, I think. So turns out the right door was the wrong door after all. Should know. Now, each of these is like a one-way trip, and I can't remember which one leads to the, progress. They each lead us to a different pit. So this leads us back to somewhere we've already been. That was a mistake. I know when I'm playing on an emulator, this is a bit nicer because you can just, you can frame skip super speed some of these elevator rides just to make yourself feel a little bit less bad about all the backtracking. It's not that bad, but, Okay, this was the correct path, I think. Door number 2. I still need to get the treasure in the middle there. Yeah, that door I'm pretty sure is the way forward. Let me check the stairs here. Or maybe this is the way forward. I'm all confused. Punch Thief, not doing too bad. Also, we continue to get a lot of item drops that I'm definitely pretty sure we don't normally. Okay, this is 100% the way to the boss. 100%. They wouldn't put a save point if it wasn't the way forward. And it's the laws of JRPG. Imagine if you played like a troll RPG system where someone tried to take all the established sort of tropes, the standards of the genre, and then you flipped them all up. So save points led to treasure, and then non-save point routes led to automatically evicted from the boss, or evicted from the dungeon kind of thing. So the Moon Ring Blade, that's pretty strong, isn't it? Like, would that compete with punching? And it does full from the back, I think. What could we do with the Moon Ring Blade? Self-healing thief. Gross. I'm just gonna test it out a little bit. I don't think it'll be quite as strong. To try to answer a question, you gotta use the command !answer first, and then after that space, and then the answer. Level up makes you age, yeah. Okay, so I took door number 2, path number 3 and 4 we still need to do. There we go. More goodies for thieves. I guess we'll give the Elven Mantle to the White Mage. Sure. Elven Mantles are like top tier. Okay, one more roundabout, I think. I'm drunk. I hate these elevators, guys. I hate them. Yeah, an RPG where a child joins the game and has the stats of a child. Like a real child with short arms and legs that isn't really very smart. That's not very good damage. You know, they're not very strong, they're not very smart. They always lagging behind because they're tired and whiny and they want to go to bed. You know, instead of having these children that are as strong as adults. That's the game I want. You get the choice to bring along a 9-year-old, but they have the stats of an actual 9-year-old. Yeah. That's the only way. Yeah, like, Realm isn't the worst. I think Realm started a trend of a lot of times bringing in, like, children into JRPG groups. She was one of the earlier ones for sure, but there's other JRPGs that go way worse on it. At least a spellcaster kid, maybe, if it's like some sort of blood magic that you just... Well, that was dumb. You know, if it's some kind of, maybe magic, I don't know. But, physical, at least, you should be completely useless as a kid. And, like, your classic Dungeons & Dragons style wizard that learns from studying, there's no way a 9-year-old has had the time to study magic to be a proficient spellcaster. You have to be like a sorcerer style that just naturally knows magic. And even still, you're still a kid, so you have no actual real-world experience, so you still suck. Sorry, kids. Like, I got nothing against kids that... I don't really hate kids that... It's fine, right? It's fine. But, in my RPGs, they shouldn't be nearly as strong as your, you know, 30-year-old fighter that's been fighting for his entire life and trained in the art of the blade. Whatever nonsense. Okay, so I'm gonna say that the Moonring Blade, not that good. I mean, the Thief is not the strongest class for combat. It's not really their main thing, right? Palom and Porum, yeah. They were at least, like, magical... I mean, okay. Magical children in RPGs are still rough. But at least they're using the power of magic. And it's still like, okay, I guess. I grit my teeth. I would prefer if the best spellcaster were people like Tella, who had studied their whole life. Because an old, wizened wizard that has learned many spells makes more sense. To me, in my head, anyway. But, you know, it's fine. I'm not trying to rant that much. It's fine. But the anti-RPG would have a fighter child who was just the worst. It's all good, Ryan. I don't upload nearly regularly enough to make a sustained growth on the channel. I would say it's my own fault for not posting regularly. Or oftentimes at all. But, you never know. I'm not the president of the board of directors at my co-op anymore, so maybe this year will be better. I don't... I got dragged into some weird stuff for a while there in my co-op. I actually think, kind of like how Berserker's auto-attack Well, I'm still on the board because I didn't want to completely bail on everybody. But I definitely was like, I am not taking a position of responsibility. That those days are over. Someone else has to, you know, take the helm. But, so if you had a character, a kid or something, especially the younger the kid, I should have left those two in the front row. I thought we were about to fight a boss. I forgot this entire room existed. My bad. It would be interesting to have kids that, like Berserk, sort of acted on their own. And maybe, like, the older they got, the more often they'd follow your orders, but they'd still do it their own way, like a teenager. So you'd be like, okay, attack that guy. And they'd be like, sure. And instead of hitting them with their sword, they'd, like, spit at him or something, or give him the finger. And you're like, what? And then next turn, they'd hit him with a sword. Be like, see, I can do it. And then after that, they'd be like, I'm going to do a trick. And then they do, like, a parkour jumping attack and trip in their face and fall or something, right? You're like, oh, come on, kids. Like, that's the anti-RPG we need. Just hit him with your sword. What are you doing goofing around? Oh, this will look really cool, guys. Just watch. Just get your phones out. I'm going to do a cool trick. I'm going to kill this monster with a super attack. Okay, I did find the boss room. I did not find all the treasure. Hold on. I think I needed to switch the little, there's a little too wide platform I need to move over to the right. Yeah, it's all very simple when you've been killing monsters your entire life. You know. A veteran, like, there's a reason we call them veterans. Like if you're talking like mercenary veterans, or like a soldier veteran, someone who survived battles their whole life. They might not be the youngest, the most athletic, but they're smart, right? Like they've learned some tricks. It's not all about being young and having spiky hair. Like sometimes knowing how to wield the blade or read your opponents, you know, all that, the stuff that RPGs would have a really hard time ever, like, mimicking, but tactical stuff, right? Like, the experience. I don't know how to get back to where I'm trying to... Oh, you know what? This is exactly the time when you have to do the reset. Because I can't actually go back. This room is taking me longer than probably ever in my life because I've gotten so many rants. I've got my own co-op stuff. I've got my crazy anti-RPG we're working on. Hey! No. That's what I needed to do. Alright, we're good. Immune to sneak attack. Just immune to stupid stuff. Yeah, I mean, I like that. I'd probably enjoy playing a character, you know, who wasn't an obvious, like, you know, okay, I have enjoyed some animes. I've played many a JRPG. There's nothing wrong with sometimes playing as the teenage anime protagonist or whatever. Young adult or whatever. Like, that's no problem. Being kind of the plucky youngster out there. Lots of room to grow, lots of room for progression and stuff. That's totally fine. But I do probably prefer the trope of the more experienced, wizened fighter that actually is good at stuff. Like, not even that he was old, but in Final Fantasy X, Auron, right? Auron was the coolest character in that game. Fight me IRL. And, like, sure, he's supposed to be, like, 25 or something. He's not even old. But, like, because he wasn't a stupid kid, right? I thought he was cool before I was old. Like, who thought Titus or Titus or whatever was the cool guy? Like, oh, man, some stupid kid that plays sports. Woo, that makes sense for video gamers. Oh, yeah, some soccer guy. Nice. No, it's the guy with the big sword that doesn't screw around. I'm sorry. I can't help it. Alright, we're good. Let's go kill this boss. Sorry about that. BlueAnkylo bot is just auto filters for some people that get a little bit too excited. You can still type in whatever you want, just easy on the caps and the whatever kinds of stuff it filters for. Blitzball. I mean, Waka's better than Tidus for sure. Waka is also more like an old man. He has like facial hair at least, right? Did he have like a goatee or something? I feel like he had something on his face. And he's like trying to get married and all that, like, you know, has a girlfriend, adult, right? Like, you know, he's at least like not a kid. Nothing to steal. How dare you? Ah, 1,000 damage, huh? That did a fair amount. Let's do some... I was thinking about going with haste. Well, we've got enough HP. We probably could have just gone with another buff scum. How did the hand do 0 damage? Understand. Let's, okay, back to hand mode. That's good. There's like 3 forms, and one of them is like healed by ice. It's not that form. Okay. There's like a... I'm just gonna test. Just with a little ice. Yeah, 0 damage. He's immune to it in that form. Why does Butts keep taking 0 damage? Like, have I broken the game again? I mean, I know he's cool. He's the best. Okay, I'd prefer it if you stop paralyzing everybody. We don't really have a way to cure paralyze yet. That's advanced. You could break... So, this is the pro strat. I know if you're playing speedruns. You can buy rods at this point, because they're in... they're not cheap exact. Well, $7.50, whatever. You can buy rods at Karnak. I'm pretty sure any of the elemental rods. You can just break these to cast Blizzaga and kill them in like 1 shot. So, that's a way to do it. Oh, right, that's not gonna work. Do we have to do like a certain amount of damage to him before he switches back? I forget the mechanics on this fight. Hey there, Arthur. Wow. Good stuff there. So, you know, of course, the downside of okay, and in this one, is he like weak to it or something? No. Look, Spellblade's really cool, except for when it doesn't work. It's probably my own fault. Just punch him. Punching works. Bro changing doesn't really matter. Alright, he's back, y'all. I don't know why we missed that one. He's got like 3,000 or 4,000 hit points. It's not like this is a really tough fight with Blizzara, but I do like how he's got lots of... I like the shape, the form changing mechanic. I've never really learned it very well, but I do like that mechanic on a boss fight. Different immunities kind of switching around. It's pretty cool. Also, Flame Scroll. Also, there was the queen all along. Turns out it wasn't the Chancellor, it was the evil queen. No, never mind. It was some evil being possessing her, of course. It couldn't just be that the queen was evil. No, no, no. She's a good, kind queen that was possessed by some evil spirit. Classic cop-out. Alright, time for more crystal power. Seems like we just got a crystal upgrade, but let's get a third one. Oh, hey, it's a werewolf. Oh, hey. You guys kind of look similar. Comparable amount of facial hair. You can't touch the crystal werewolf. Yeah, I'm not trying. I'm not sure about that. So remember in the water crystal tower, I was like, maybe our fighting somehow cracked the crystal and caused it to explode, because we stopped the monster from destroying it, but it still broke anyway. But maybe in the battle we damaged it. How about this time? How about this time? How's this fire crystal gonna not explode? Because we're just watching it. Everybody in the room came to... Uh-oh. Everybody in the room came to save it. Except... evil possessed soldier man. With a purple ring that was not in the Super Nintendo version. Fancy circle animations. Flick the switch! The switch is busted. Where's the emergency shutoff? Uh-oh. Uh-oh. Alright, werewolf man. You can save the crystal. Wait, you're not even gonna... Why don't we just pick the crystal up? We're fine. Just grab the crystal and get out of here. It's a fire crystal, so like if you put it in the water, it's not gonna explode, right? That's how it works. Uh-oh. Everything's lighting on fire again. That's not a good sign. Uh-oh. But what about all the crystal shards? What? What, the Twitch? The word got is not allowed? It's like you can't say creep and you can't say got? Man, I don't know what Twitch tubers are doing over on the Twitchians over on the popular streams over there. Man, they're getting all kinds of words auto-banned over there. Crazy. Sorry, if you're on YouTube or a future, you'll never know, but Twitch has some weird rules for their auto mods. Oh, meanwhile, we're falling into a pit because the fire crystal's exploding. Help us, Galuf, you're our only hope. Boom! But my jobs! What are the fire crystal jobs? It's like Bard. Pfft. Who needs Bard? There's Dancer. Is Dancer in that one? It's probably like Bard and Dancer, maybe. I can't remember them all. It's nothing you care about. Oh yeah, Monster Tamer! Yeah. Yeah. Oh boy, I wish I had that job. I forgot how bad. Is Geomancer in this set, or is that the last one? Like, Geomancer could be cool. But Beastmaster, psh. Oh no, the crystal. Well, the werewolf probably burned to death, whatever. We don't know who he is. We have to hurry, because why? Everything's exploded. It's already done, right? Oh, wait, the castle... What? The castle was held together by the... No, the castle was burning down to fire. You're telling me that the fire crystal is somehow load-bearing? Who builds their castle suspended on a pillar of fire? Well, these guys do. Sid, the genius, built a castle on top of fire. Also, even though we were in a steamboat, now we're under the castle. It's kind of weird. Also, you've got 10 minutes to get all the treasure. Don't mess it up. We're gonna save it just in case I mess it up. Go, go, go. Treasure, treasure, treasure. Get you all the treasure. Actually, hold on, one more thing. There's a chance we get arrow 2 on the way out. So there's another elven cloak somewhere. So I think in this scenario, we'll be better off just going with auto battle. Maybe not. Like, the animations take up a lot of time. Auto battle also selects things very quickly, in theory. Probably just having like 4 melee characters would be smarter. We'll just use the menu to cure between battles. I can't read chat much because I gotta go fast. This is Sonic the Hedge-Ankylo. The monk is kind of a bad one. The double attack slows it down. Having a strong single attack definitely would be better. Ah, ribbon. That's great, except we can't equip it. This game does an annoying thing with ribbons. Okay, this guy, if you're lucky... There you go. Nope, wrong one. How did he do that twice? That's cheating. Anyway, that guy's got arrow too. If you're lucky, the blue mage will learn it. I kind of like the Super Nintendo version of this song better. It was more frantic, I would say. A Karnak in Karnak Castle. Ha 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 ha. Clever. Oh, so clever. Oh, I think I missed a route. Dang it. I missed a down section. Yeah, I missed the top of the castle, which is where the elfin cloak is. We're gonna have to go back. I wonder if we actually have enough time with my bad routing. Usually we get out of here with like 3 minutes or 4 minutes to spare, but I haven't played it on this version, so who knows? Oh yeah, chests full of sorcerers in the middle of the burning. Yeah, the tower's propped up by sorcerers. You've got just fire sorcerers keeping this tower from this castle from falling. Is the old man, you know... Does he get a counter for each punch? No, because he did double arrow last time. I really think the auto battle is saving us a ton of time, but we'll see at the end how much is left, but I feel like I usually can clear all the treasure and get out with at least a couple minutes to spare, but it does depend on your group setup, right? Like there's better and worse sets. Okay, this is the wrong way. Well, this is fine. It's not the outside tower I was thinking of. I wonder if he'll actually cast arrow level 2. Also, I'm pretty sure they've changed the magic damage, magic defense formula. I'm not used to seeing straight zeros on so many attacks. This is a lot of work for elixirs that aren't that important, but might as well get them. So we might be better off if we had the mages just defend, as far as like saving seconds. But I mean, I don't think it's gonna be that pressing. It should be okay. So many elixirs. Okay, this is one of the places I needed to be. They really make you walk. These are the important chests. I think if there's anything you want to pick up, it's these far around the edge long walk ones, because they've got, I'm pretty sure, the best stuff. It's not an elm guy, I guess it's true. Main gauche, there you go. Now you're trying to use, if you're trying to use a thief, they're going to be a little bit better. If you're not a punch thief. I mean, punching thieves are probably the best kinds of thieves. 6 minutes. We're still doing pretty good. I got to get to that left side, which is going to be a bit of a trick, or a bit of a trip. I should have done it when I was on the other side of this room, but... Back over here. We could also try to run from random encounters. You can't run from... Can't take a hint. Eat this! And he runs away. We need more enemies with that. Flavor text. Also, the auto run, like, you don't... We have a thief anyway, but doing this without the dash ability from a thief is way more painful, for sure. It's like forgetting your sprint shoes in FF6. Eat this! Nice. We're getting a lot of job levels. I wish I could probably spare the time to switch out jobs, but I'm not going to bother in the middle of this run. I think this is the Elven Cloak that I really wanted. There's like 3 or... I think there's 3 total in the whole game. Although, there's better stuff late game, but... He doesn't seem to be casting Arrow level 2. There you go. Oops, dang it. Alright, I need to do a little backtrack because there was a door at the bottom that I didn't open and I'm not... Before we go back to this main hall, which is where we are right now, I want to go left and then to the bottom of the room. We're halfway out of time, but I think we've done like 75% of the dungeon already. The exit is pretty close, although there's a couple more treasure chests in this room, sort of bottom left, bottom right, and there's still the throne room, which we should go. Is there anything in the throne room? But I'm pretty sure I missed a route. Shoot. No. I thought I missed a door back here, but I think I was wrong. And I don't want to go too much further back, because we're already sort of stretching it. The timer's getting to me. It's starting to flash. See my eyes, my life flashing before my eyes. Yeah, now I'm starting to second guess. It's getting bad. There's only 4 minutes left. We're not gonna make it. This castle's gonna explode. Is there anything even up here? This is a waste of time, too. I'm wasting all my time. No! Honestly, I don't think there's anything left. I mean, I might have missed something. The main thing is to get the ribbon and the Elven Cloak, and then the main Gosh is pretty good, too. So it's mostly just a bunch of thief gear. And then there's these 2 chests, and I think that's it. I guess we'll find out if we get an achievement for 100%. I wonder if there is an achievement for the castle. Lightning Scroll, not even that important. I think it summons Ramu, right? Something like that. I think the scrolls are, like, one-use summon items. Suna, that's a one you need to get. Okay, can we... I got them all. 15 out of 15. 3 minutes to go, and we could have shaved some time off that. I say that as we're not actually free yet. I've wasted at least a minute. What a nice bridge battle, though. This guy, he's no ordinary soldier. Show us your true form. I am the bounty hunter Ironclaw. Okay, this guy has a learnable spell as well. But we probably don't have time to mess around. I wonder if we can steal anything off of him. Hero Cocktail, nice. So if we don't learn Iron Claw off of him, we can't learn it. Oh, there we go. We got it. That was very convenient. We can't learn that until way later. So that's the first, like, you should try to get this if you can, because the next opportunity is way far out. So cool. That was just luck. We had a 1 in 4 chance. I mean, we could have stayed in there for a bit longer, but you might want to have learning on everyone for that fight. He doesn't even have hands. He's just got claws. Yeah, he's not an ordinary soldier. Well, 3 crystals. The other 2 flew away, I guess. Let's get some more jobs. Yeehaw. Oh, wow, this is hour 20. This was supposed to be a 1-hour episode. The Warrior Spirit, Beastmaster. I feel like this is a TV show from the 80s. The 80s, right? A Warrior Spirit. Let's see if it's better than Beastmaster. Geomancer. Yeah, maybe. I mean, hopefully. I don't really know FF5 Geomancer that well, but FF3 was good. The Bell Power. Ninja! Oh, wow, really? I didn't think they gave you the Ninja that early. Dang. Let's go max out Ninja right now. There was only 3 crystals. Want the other crystals? I guess we'll never get barred. And we exploded the wall. Beastmaster the movie was worth it. Alright, I'll take your word for it. Okay, well, everyone in their current jobs got a bunch of job levels. So now Lena's got level 4 time, level 4 white. That's pretty good for this. Seeing as we only have level 3 magic anyway for now, like, that's pretty good. I might give Lena some red mage levels soon. Start talking about X magic, maybe. Beastmaster is dumb. Geomancer, maybe. I'm surprised they didn't give us Chemist here, actually. I was kind of thinking this is a good time for Chemist, but no dice. Ninja's obviously pretty interesting. What was that? Ninja, Beastmaster, and Geomancer. Well, I would say Ninja's the big win for sure. Really no doubt about that. How's it going, guys? Well, I was so surprised when the castle exploded. I nearly jumped out my own skin. You guys, still have a lava moat, I see. Yeah, crystal shattered, darkness. Oh, so when the fire goes away, the darkness comes. Now, it is, like, really late in the episode. We really should end this. We've got another salesperson that sells... Yeah, what happened to Dragoon? Did they change up some of the job locations in this game? Or, like, I know in FF3, they used the NES job locations, whereas the DS version had a couple changes. But if they're selling you spears, that normally would assume that you can be a Dragoon at this point. And I feel this is about the right time for a Dragoon as well. But I cannot be a Dragoon. Huh. Maybe I'm misremembering it, but... maybe. Anyway, I really do need to end the episode. I don't actually know if these are any good. I meant to buy one of those earlier anyway. And I definitely wanted to buy a couple of these for later. Alright, let's just end the episode here. There's a Sid to talk to, there's some stuff to do, but we're already like way over time for episode length. So we'll deal with Sid and the trip to the library in the next episode. Also, maybe we'll talk about getting some aqua breath, some aqua lung. We'll see. Anyway, thanks for watching, Future Tubers. Hope you enjoyed the extra long fire episode. So we're on fire, and see you next time.